Hello everyone, thanks for joining us for the special edition of Salaam, Namaste, Calgary, only on a radio source in Calgary. I can see there are so many people has been joined us from all over the world. Guys, thank you so much for the special edition of Salaam, Namaste, Calgary. आप सब जानते होंगे, देख भी चुके होंगे कि आज के हमारे guest is the Sufistics, yes, Meghani, Aftab and Pervaiz Mirza. They'll be with us in a few seconds. लेकिन सबसे पहले my co-host Salma Jadhav ji. Hello, Salma ji. Yali Madad.
Yali Madad. How are you?
How are you?
How are you? I'm fine.
Good. How are you? सब ठीक है?
सब शुक्र. तुम लोग ठीक हो? Lights जरा.
Good. Are you excited about the show tonight?
हाँ? क्या?
Are you excited about the show tonight?
Oh yeah, of course, always. Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go. Okay.
Tonight there.
Okay, so. Yeah, so our guests are waiting for us. So let's let them in. First, one of our guests, Aftab bhai, Yalim Madad, कैसे हो भाईजान?
Yalim Madad, how are you? Yalim Madad.
आवाज
can hear me?
Good. How are you? आपको आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. कैसे हो Aftab bhai, ठीक हो?
Shukr alhamdulillah.
I can't hear.
Okay, there you go. No, it's working. Okay, so our second guest, of course, our own Faiz Meghani. Faiz bhai, Yali Madad.
Yali Madad. Yes, sir. Everything well?
Yes, we are well. How about you?
Thank you. You can hear me. You can hear me, okay?
Yeah,
yes, I can.
We can hear you.
Shukr.
अच्छा वो परवेज भाई की जरूरत है कि we are okay without him?
No, you can leave. You can let him be. वो probably थोड़ा keyboard की practice कर रहा होगा. So let him continue practicing.
Okay, yeah, he's waiting as well. There you go.
आने दे दो भाई.
Yeah, everybody.
Yali Madad.
कैसे हो आप लोग?
बस ठीक है आप लोग.
सब ठीक है, आप कैसे?
बस शुक्र मैं फैज और आफ्ताब को इग्नोर कर रहा हूँ और आप लोग से बात कर रहा हूँ.
नहीं कोई इग्नोर के काबिल नहीं है. सब अपनी जगह पे एक मस्त हैं.
So yeah, you guys are
doing.
Am I right?
Sorry.
What's that, Jala?
नहीं आप लोग सब डैलस में हैं अभी?
डैलस में.
जी.
तो वहाँ पे क्वारंटाइन कैसा जा रहा है? Just in general.
Aftab, you want to answer this one? I think हमें सबका different experience है, right? So Aftab, I guess अपन alphabetical order में चलते हैं. Start with Aftab. He probably has a different experience than what Pervaiz does versus what I do.
Okay, sure.
But you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, मेरा experience ये कि I've been working. First to start कर ले.
अच्छा. Okay.
So
my for me, to be honest with you, my work wise, I'm a financial professional, and 75% of the time, before this whole COVID thing, I used to work from home. 25% I would be on the road, meeting clients and few hours just in the office. So that part of it, was not the major sort of switch for me. It was actually having the kids at home and trying to navigate, work and Jamaati activities, and also having this becoming a teacher for my two little ones. So, but alhamdulillah, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to be close to my children and to be able to teach them. We've been blessed in different ways, right? I think ये जो experience सबका है, it's not the same. I've read this very beautiful saying about this particular situation कि हम सब एक ही तूफान में हैं, एक तूफान के थ्रू गुजर रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारी जो कश्ती है सबकी different है. So everybody's experiencing it in different ways. So definitely being sensitive to that. Alhamdulillah for us, for my family and I, shukr Mawla, we are in a decent situation, alhamdulillah.
Good. That's good to know. Now who's going next?
Are you taking the shot?
Alright, you go ahead.
Who's going next?
Aftab points. Aftab is writing points. Aftab is
go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No, Pervaiz, you go ahead. I think listening wise, काफी problem हो रहा है.
No, yeah, this is better now.
So it's been a good time. Family के साथ time ज़्यादा spend हो रहा है और मैं things are good. शुक्र मल्ला मैं financial industry में भी हूँ, retail में भी हूँ. So yeah, some aspects are better than the others. पर खाली problem ये है कि जब से फैज घर पे वो call बहुत कर रहा है, तंग बहुत कर रहा है. So I think वो एक थोड़ा जो problem हो रहा है. Last minute चीज़ हो रही है. So I think वो थोड़ा मैं चाह रहा हूँ खुल जाए तो it'll be easier. But so far so good.
आप देखें ना सलमा एंड जलाल, आप देखें ना किसी तरीके से बात मुझ पर आ जाती है कि फैज ये कर रहा है ना, फैज वो करवा रहा है ना, ये सब कर रहा है. तो कोई बात नहीं.
I agree with Pervaiz.
मुझे ये लगता है कि आप मिलकर जरा ज्यादा प्रोडक्टिव हो गए होंगे.
शुक्र प्रोडक्शन थोड़ा सा ऑफ कोर्स बढ़ गया है. वर्चुअल कॉन्सर्ट्स काफी सारे हैं. शुक्र आई थिंक 6-7 fairs I've lost count, but shukr alhamdulillah. So that is
like, so yeah, I'm gonna take you guys back about 4 to 5 years. when you guys formed अपना first job अपना Sufistics बनी थी. If you remember, so you guys were on a radio show at that time as well when you guys were brand new. So
in person.
Yeah, तो अभी थोड़ा जो Sufistic के बारे में कि अपना किस तरह एक साथ आए, so how did you become as a group?
Pervaiz?
Why don't you take this one? Aftab, you should take this one.
No, you can go ahead.
That was in Los Angeles, I believe. It was a Special Olympics done in California. वहाँ पे we had the opportunity to represent the Islamic community, and वहाँ पे we had to come up with a name. We have been performing since Golden Jubilee, so about 12-13 years से पहले काम कर रहे थे. But that was, I think, official inauguration for the Sufistics in name as we may. So I think that was the first concert where we had Sufistics. और उसके बाद शुक्र अल्लाह, we have been doing since then.
Good. That's good to know. So do you think you're doing more programs virtually rather than what you were doing other way? So you think you're doing more while you are in quarantine?
So go ahead first.
No, I was about to say, I'm sorry. I was about to say it feels like it, although it feels like it, right? Because I think for a few weeks, हमारे एक weekend में 1 to 2 programs हो ही रहे थे for different regions, for different jurisdictions. So it definitely has been feeling like that. But I think up तक we've been, alhamdulillah, very busy, especially since 2015, as Pervaiz mentioned, right? We've, I think since 2015, we have done almost 300 shows. Wow. So alhamdulillah. So it's just, I think because of all these virtual shows and the burden of the virtual shows, especially from a technology perspective, right? We've never done this before, and we were thrown into this, and we jumped into it. I think it was a combination of both. We were thrown and we jumped, So, but I think once we got over the technology hurdle, it's been getting better. तो अगर आप परवेज को कहें कि आज शो कर दे तो वो कल तक डेफिनेटली कर सकता है.
अरे वाह, क्या बात है. ऐसी बात आप लोगों की बात ही कुछ ऐसी है Sophistics की कि you come up quickly with something, like you people are such, good musicians and singers and composers. You people can do it. We have all the faith in you people.
Shukr. I would like to respond to something that you said, Salma, and I'm not going to speak for Pervaiz and Aftab specifically in this regard, but I think, aapne jo kaha ke we definitely are blessed, right? But I think, music, when you mentioned in terms of a skill set, right? I personally don't feel, at least for my part, this is a skill, comparable to so many talented musicians that are there, both outside our community and inside. But I think जो हमारी टीम है, जो हमारी केमिस्ट्री है, and जो हमारा पैशन है, and हमारा जो goals and objectives है, right? And I think जो music हम करते हैं, music is just a tool, a vehicle, right? We are in the business of connecting, right? We are in the business of engaging, and we just use music as a tool to engage with people and to inform and to talk and have conversations. It's not the fact that we are trying to highlight the skill with respect to music that we have, which I don't feel, but it's the fact that I think we are just using this avenue of music to have conversations with our audiences. So Shukr Maula, I feel that our strength lies in that aspect rather than the skill. Pervaiz, Aftab, do you guys have anything differing opinions on this?
I completely agree with you. We are
Hello?
like the
Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Jalal. You were going to say something.
I can hear Aftab.
Yeah?
Now he's gone.
No, he's just.
Now he's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. So, there are so many people watching, including our good friend Riz Jadavji. It's live on their Diamond TV group as well. Ismaili, Shams bhi hai, Sandhya, Barakat Ali, Hanif, Nurm, Nori, Sham, Ayas Lakhani. Speaking of Ayas Lakhani, so
who is that? Who's that?
Poor guy, he runs everything for us.
We cannot live with him, we cannot live without him, We have to have him.
I thought you guys thought that way about me. Ayaz Lakhani we cannot live without. Ayaz Lakhani is something completely who we cannot live without. For me, I thought you had those feelings, Pervaiz, can live with him, can live without. Right?
I'm glad you
there is a question for all of you. Especially last 3-4 years, you see Ismaili artists coming from everywhere, from around the world now. So what do you think? What changes we 3-4 साल में now we see so many artists, which is a really, really bonus and good thing for us. ऐसा क्या change हुआ 3-4 साल में?
I think access to technology has changed, right? We had musicians in the past too. That's one aspect that has changed is access to the technology itself of being able to produce music. But also, I think there has been a shift. Pehle kya tha ki parents would encourage their children to participate, especially just from a hobby perspective, right? And they would want them to, of course, get involved, but it was not necessarily out of cultivating this particular strength. It was just, mera beta musician hai, mera beta singer hai, mera beta ye, or meri beti ye, or whatever. They would, of course, they would try to have their children be inclined towards education as a standalone. That would be the priority. But music was something that was considered a hobby and, as a showcase and not necessarily something that you could pursue. Right. And I think Mari Jamaat abhi, especially here in North America, is what I've seen, has become educated enough to understand that this is a quality of life thing. Right. It's not necessarily one of those things that apne free time make up. Right. It is something that's a passion project. I think that diametric shift has happened in the last 10 or 12 years or so, because of which we are seeing more musicians, right? Unko apne parents ka educated support, I'm going to call this educated support, zyada mila hai. Knowledgeable support zyada mila hai. So we are seeing this, this number of, especially youth now coming up into this field of music. And jahan tak hamari community ka taalluk hai, we're seeing a lot of artists come into the devotional music spectrum of things, right? So, until how long are we going to be able to do this? Jo hamara kind of music hai, right? I think we are getting ready, and we are seeing so many musicians who are younger, who the younger breed of our audiences they like listening to, right? They can connect with, and so I think as time goes on, we're actually going to see more and more. Musicians, young musicians and singers and performers and different artists in general into this, inshallah.
Yeah, so right you are, because this has changed. This social media has made a lot of difference. And because of social media, we can connect with so many people out there whom we didn't know about. And also you are right that youth are taking more interest in it, and the support of the parents are there. Before, I think they didn't give as much support as we are seeing now.
Yeah.
So that is one of the reasons. Yeah, that you are right. Yeah.
Yeah. Pervaiz bhai, I know you are master on your keyboard. So आपने कब से start किया? Because I've been, I think for a while now, isn't it?
I'm so sorry. I think आवाज break हो गई completely. I
was asking कि आप जो keyboard जो अपना play करते हो, mashallah, it's so smooth. So when did you start?
I started when I was in high school. I started when I was in high school, freshman, sophomore year. थोड़ा बहुत interest आया था कि चलो keyboard थोड़ा बजाया जाए. So started from there. अभी तक practice चल रही है. So hopefully one day, inshallah, थोड़ा better हो जाऊंगा. Right? Inshallah.
Yeah, it's the lifelong learning.
That's right.
Bilkul.
That's right. Yeah. Music and singing and art and all these things is a lifetime. Like you keep on improving, you keep on practicing, but it is never the end. You still think you want to learn more.
Very true. और usually ऐसी language है, I would say कि जब आप मतलब कोई भी mood में हो, right? I mean, just like that, you can sit on your keyboard, sing, and that gets you away from your normal day living. Different world, and that's I think what we enjoy. और शुक्र है कि अब खिदमत बहुत सारी मिल रही है, तो शुक्र, that's been a blessing.
Yeah, that is a blessing. Yeah, for sure.
So you guys been around to like Jubilee game, Jubilee art, mashallah. Then you guys are going to Tajikistan as well. So Aftab bhai, वो कैसा experience है आप लोग का Tajikistan and Jubilee games and everything? How was it?
It was a beautiful experience, Jalal bhai. Especially getting there, the experience we got it from all over the world. People were, excuse me, people were like, we were not expecting when we planning all this, and we were not expecting कि वहाँ पर क्या होगा और किस तरीके से, क्योंकि people don't speak Urdu just like we, our main language is in English. So हम लोग को पता नहीं था कि वहाँ पर क्या हम लोग क्या expect करेंगे, but getting there and the way they welcomed us and the way the hospitality उन लोगों की थी वो beyond our expectation, and we sang our Urdu song, our English songs, and we sang Farsi songs too, and Pervaiz can add it in that कि उसने इतना जबरदस्त तरीके से पूरे शो को मैनेज किया था, और जिस तरीके से Pervaiz, can you continue on with that?
So जैसे आफ्ताब ने कहा कि one of the a few days after we were contacted and invited to come and perform in Tajikistan, हम बैठे हुए थे, and we were like, जब finally आपके सर से वो उतरता है कि that high, right, कि okay अभी show करना है, हमने हाँ कहा है, and we're all excited, right, but अभी करेंगे कैसे? We're not going to be able to relate, right, especially with the content that we have, So how will they understand? हमारे तकरीबन गाने उर्दू and Gujarati and हमारी जो खोजा tradition की languages हैं उसमें हैं.
Right.
So how would we? So normally in the past we had this this sort of unwritten script, right? Between songs we would narrate stories about our experiences in different places. Right. So that was the time we decided, we're like, okay, we should narrate some of these same stories because hopefully the same connection रहेगा. But how do we speak in English? Urdu में नहीं कर सकते बात definitely, and English का हमें कहा गया था कि but in both Dushanbe and Khorog you had about 50% of people who would understand basic English, but quite a bit of people did not. So Aftab connected me with a very good friend of his in Houston. Her name is Khosiyat, and I have another friend, a couple of friends in California, Parastu and Guarez, who I reached out to, and we literally wrote the script. What jo hamare, that was here, we had to finally write it down, right? Something that we would normally in the course of the concerts we would talk about naturally, organically. We actually had to put it on paper, and so these fine girls, fine ladies helped us write these, write out the script in Tajiki, and so about 60 to 70% of the narrative, the narration that we did in Tajikistan was in Tajiki too, and we were talking to the audience in Tajiki. And so, in fact, after the show ended, in both Dushanbe and Khorog, we had people come up to us and say, "Did you guys take a pill?" I mean, some of them actually started talking to us in Tajiki because they thought we understood. And so, but it was just the amazing help that we received in the background, and all the support that we got that helped set up the whole, trip, in the successful trip in this particular fashion. But like Aftab mentioned, वहाँ पर जो just lens से people देखते हैं, we are in the West, have a very different lens. We've come up to be जो भी कह दें, right? I know volunteerism is in our spirit, in our DNA, all of that. But कभी-कभार ऐसा लगता है कि for us, this is what we aspire to, right? But for them, it is something that they are that is beyond what we can even imagine over here, right? जो उनमें जज्बा है, जो उनमें in terms of the ethics, right, of daily life, we're very far from it here. We're more individualistic here, than communal in that regard, and they are much more in that regard.
Yeah. So did you put the music like according to their music, or you had your own music put into it? Because see, they have different instruments and they sound different and their tune is different. So how did you manage that?
Yeah. So we actually we did a few things in order to hybridize it and make it a good experience for them. So we learned a few Tajiki songs. We were, in fact, we rehearsed those Tajiki songs in some of the concerts before here in the US. Right, Pervaiz?
Okay.
Yep, bilkul.
Yeah. So Bala Lazoram is one example. It's a song that's very popular in Tajikistan. Nobuvar and Shams band they do really well. Yeah. It's a song written by Omar Khayyam, and so it's very popular there. So we were already doing that song here in some of our programs. And then we picked up some of Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi's pieces like Bioed and some qasidas, and we sort of stitched those together. And so we wanted to make sure that, aap kisi ke paas jab first time jaate hain, to aap unka is something that they can relate to, right? So we opened our performances with something that they could relate to. So we opened with their version of Yali Madad, of Mutrib Shah's Yali Madad, and performed some qasidas. I remember Aftab even performed, we gave them a little touch of the Ginan Saibaji too, that Aftab did. And then, we have moved into our Geet segment. And when I say Geet, I use that very loosely, but, songs that are basically in praise of the Imam, right? Or in praise of God, or in praise of Hazrat Ali or the Prophet Muhammad. And we basically mix those across, songs that we perform in Urdu, as well as a few English ones, and then also their own songs that they had heard, and so we mixed it up, alhamdulillah, very well, I think. And so they were really enjoying it. And what I think we were all sort of surprised about and caught off guard with is that they appreciated the songs. They had heard some of the songs like Allahumma Salli Ala, and they had heard Mola Tui Tu Hai, even in Tajikistan, and Aa Raha Hai. So they were singing. The entire audience was singing with us.
Wow.
Nice. Wow.
That's
what an experience. What an experience. Wow.
Yeah. What an amazing experience. Yeah.
Okay, there are so many people I watch. I'm going to name a few of them at least. Melissa, Pervaiz, Moise, Akbar, Shalina, Zara, Nilufar, Rahim, Anwar Meghani, Roshni, of course, Rishma, and Afraz, Shaukat, Shiraz, Tanveer, Yasmin, Aftab Ali. Oh, Aftab Ali is here too. Oh, wow. तो जब भी आप लोग अभी जैसे कोई भी कॉन्सर्ट होता है तो ऑफ कोर्स यू हैव योर ओन सिलेक्शन कि अपना कौन सा गाना लेना है, तो आप लोग किस तरह उसको अपना सो हाउ यू कैन कि जो फेवरेट है कि जो सिंधी में है जो उर्दू में है, हाउ डू यू सेलेक्ट दैट?
Well, let me add this one. We picked the song majority just songs in
सलमा मुझे आ रही है, I think जलाल को भी आ रही है.
Yes, I can hear.
मुझे उनको इनकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Okay, the way we pick our songs, it just randomly कुछ भी जो अच्छा लगता है कि यार ये song अच्छा है, we can sing this song, and उसकी meaning we randomly pick करते हैं, लेकिन उसके अंदर उसकी meaning होनी चाहिए, उसके अंदर message होना चाहिए. Faiz is pretty good about it. So वो जब भी कोई song हम लोग pick करते हैं तो ऐसा नहीं कि यार ये song pick किया है तो ये मैं गाऊंगा या ये वो गाएगा. we all chip in कि यार आपको अगर ये कहता हूँ कि यार मुझे ये गाना गाना है, मुझे पहली लाइन मुझे गानी है, तो यार फैज आफ्ताब तू गा दे. फिर कभी फैज क्या कहता है कि भाई ओके इसके अंदर हाँ बट परवेज you can do that. So we can either on the song and sing it, or we can just take pieces of the song. We can, लेकिन किसी हमारे में ये नहीं है कि यार वो no ये song मेरे पे अच्छा लग रहा है मैं ही गाऊंगा. तो अगर if you think you can own the song, you can sing the whole song. किसी को वो करने की जरूरत नहीं कि नहीं ये song oh now this song is no ये song तेरे पे अच्छा नहीं लगेगा या मेरे पे अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. अगर you can sing the song, you can sing, even you can sing in like on पूरा song अगर गाना है, you're welcome to sing the whole song.
Beautiful. So जो अपना मेरा जो favorite गाना है, और I think everyone loves that, आ रहा है. I think it's one of the beautiful composition, lyrics, video. तो थोड़ा उस गाने के बारे में how did everything come together?
So is गाने की history? It's ironic, Jalal and Salma, you're asking about this particular song because is गाने की history is started in Calgary.
Okay.
So and I think if Rishma is watching this program, then she can relate to this because जैसे Pervaiz ने mention किया कि we have been performing for many years even before we were the Sufistics. So Golden Jubilee के time पर हमें opportunity मिली थी to go perform and we performed in San Antonio, which is our where our mulaqat, our darbar happened. But we performed here, and then we flew to Los Angeles where we were invited to perform there. So there was a lot of Jamaat there that was visiting from Canada and specifically from Calgary. And I think Rish was there at the time. So right after our LA performances were over, Rish reached out to Aftab and myself and asked us to be involved in a program called Umeed Didar that happened during the Darbar in Canada. So the Darbar happened in November. So a few months before that, we Aftab and I flew to Calgary and we rehearsed with a whole bunch of artists, Shamshu Jamal and Khurshid Shirazi and Shabnam Merali and Zaira Talwani, amongst other prominent Canadian artists. And so Aftab and I were US invited to perform in Canada. And so during one of the sittings, they were talking about, at that time, उस ज़माने में ऐसा नहीं होता था कि we're going to have a specific song because this was a new experience, right? So Aftab and I proposed to somebody on the organizing team. We said, hey, I think, we think it'll be really cool for you to have a song, about Hazram Coming, right? And if we're traveling with this show to multiple cities in Canada, so, maybe a theme song would be nice. So the organizer said, sure, think about it. And so that night, Aftab and I sort of wrote a couple of lines, maybe a verse and a half or so. And the chorus line was "Aa raha hai," right? So that's how the song sort of happened overnight in a smaller fashion. So in the morning, we demoed it for the organizer, and he's like, "Nahi yaar, ye gana acha nahi. I mean, it's okay." So it stopped right there, and then so Canada got lost, became USA's game almost a decade later.
You know what? Trump, you can say that, yeah? Huh? No,
Yeah.
Trump, you can say that.
Sorry?
Was that well? Sorry, I didn't catch you.
No, I said, like अभी आपने जैसे बोला कि जो Canadians आपने start किया, but now जो है benefit for the US Jamaat.
Yeah.
We love Trump as well, so it's all good.
No, Shukar, absolutely. No, it's and these are the things, right? These little tidbits, these little sort of and हर चीज में there is a divine will, right? उसकी मर्जी के बगैर चाहे आप जो भी कर लो, अगर नहीं होना होगा तो नहीं होगा, और चाहे आप कुछ नहीं करो, अगर होना होगा तो डेफिनेटली हो जाएगा.
मैं उस वक्त नहीं था और RIM में अभी हूँ, so I think I was the reason जिसकी वजह से खाना नहीं किया था.
Probably Pervaiz is right.
That's right.
बिल्कुल ज़्यादा आ गया.
That's so true. Yeah. तो अब आप कुछ सुना रहे हैं हमें live?
कोई एक हो जाए, कोई भी आप 2-4 बोल हो जाए, कोई भी
कुछ हमें सुना दीजिए live.
Pervaiz, we'll start with you, please.
So कैसी होगी शाम जिसमें शम्स नहीं, कैसी होगी शाम वो जिसमें शम्स डूबे नहीं, कैसी होगी शाम वो जिसमें शम्स डूबे नहीं, शम्स जिसमें शम्स जिसमें शम्स जिसमें डूबे नहीं, रातों को रोशन बना रहा है, हीरे करोड़ों चमका है, आ रहा है आ रहा है आ रहा है वो मौला करीम शमेरा आ रहा है।
क्या बात है, माशाल्लाह।
Wow, nice, very nice. Yeah.
तो आप लोग का जो मैनेजर है अपना अयाज भाई,
आवाज
तो
कट रही है।
ओके, तो आप लोग आवाज आ रही है सबको?
जी जी,
या आवाज,
या
like maybe something wrong with your mic.
I can't hear anyone.
Okay, so just try back again, in and out. Okay, let me just try. Okay, can you hear me now? सलमा जी, आपका माइक सही नहीं है। तो
Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, we can hear you, Salma ji.
Hello.
Let me just try one more. I think she has to go in and out. तो अभी जैसे अयाज भाई है हमारे, तो ऑफ कोर्स अपना माशाल्लाह इज डूइंग अ वंडरफुल जॉब। तो इसमें ऐसा क्या है कि मे बी कोई होगा कि ये बहुत खाता है, बहुत सोता है, बहुत पीता है, ऐसा भी मजाक मस्ती होगी अपना अयाज भाई के बारे में?
अयाज बहुत जल्दी खाता है, वो है
जल्दी खाता है।
I think he's going to kill me for this, but yeah, वो अगर खाने बैठता है तो वो खत्म कर चुका होता है जब लोग शुरू कर रहे होता है। वो एक चीज है, लेकिन उससे फायदा ये भी होता है कि I think he does everything so fast कि by the time we are ready to perform, things are already good to go. So I think yeah,
that's right.
Right.
अच्छा, और कोई खूबियां हैं हमारे अयाज भाई में?
I don't know if Ayaz में, I mean, I make sure Pervaiz and Aftab Ayaz doesn't hear this, but मैं तो ये कहूँगा कि Ayaz में कौन सी खूबी नहीं है?
Yes.
नहीं है, right? बिल्कुल सही।
आप लोग को सरप्राइज है। Are you guys ready for it?
Yes.
Holy Lord. Oh my God. Okay, that is a surprise.
याली मदद।
याली में क्या हाल है? I spoke to him hours ago.
अयाज भाई कैसे? याली में वेलकम टू द शो।
तो ये अयाज है।
For some reason, what do you call it, Jalal?
जी। Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can
hear you, Jalal bhai.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So Ayaz, this is going to be really bad. This is going to be really bad PR.
Nyale Madad, Sufistics.
Malali Madad, Ayaz, this is going to be really bad PR अगर तेरी टेक्नोलॉजी सही से काम नहीं कर रही है तो।
Yes. Yes, you've been with them for a while now. आपने क्या सीखा ये आपने Sufistics में?
A lot. Trust me, what do you call it? I'm being blessed and I'm honored to be in the capacity to help them out in tech or other thing, audio, visual, something like that. But I have learned a lot. To be humble, especially.
Nice.
Alhamdulillah. That so been blessed in during time before that, and especially when we were Tajikistan. Shukr Mawla. That's all I can say.
That's right. So what are
so,
you thinking next?
Yeah.
That's fast. What next is fast call.
यार अभी हर काम मैं थोड़ी करूं यार, तुम लोग अभी
what fast will come up with things.
So haven't I taught you enough critical thinking? Right, Pervaiz, Aftab? So no. So inshallah, I don't know. Usually क्या होता है कि things happen, right? हम किसी काबिल नहीं है कि कोई चीज बना सके, कोई चीज कर सके, and it's I'm usually just bearer of good news for Aftab, Pervaiz and Ayaz कि ये काम करना है, ये मिला है opportunity and ये करना है, but it's देने वाला and करवाने वाला, possible बनाने वाला, नामुमकिन को मुमकिन बनाने वाला सिर्फ वही है. So, Alhamdulillah.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. That's so true. That's so true. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you some pictures. I'm going to show you some pictures. तो आपने बोलना है कि आपको याद है कि नहीं है. Okay? ये पिक्चर कहाँ की पिक्चर्स है? Because I don't know. तो आपको मुझे बताना पड़ेगा सबको देखने वालों. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let me play this.
Over 22 million people are in urgent humanitarian aid.
ये पिक्चर दिखा रहे
आवाज जानी पहचानी है
किसी और को गाने नहीं दे रहा.
You know what? I think maximum 6 people, so I won't be able to जो है अपना किसी को मैं कनेक्ट नहीं कर सकूंगा. So I think that's okay.
तो फैज को हटा दो ना.
हाँ, that's fine. मेरे वैसे भी खाने का टाइम हो गया.
उसकी आवाज आ रही है, उसको हटा दो.
तो आजकल जितने माशाल्लाह जो वर्चुअल कॉन्सर्ट हो रहे हैं, because we are under global pandemic. So what do you guys think कि 3-4 महीने में everything will be clear? So you think ये virtual concert will continue? क्या लगता है आपको?
हाँ. So I think चीजें काफी change हो चुकी है. So even I think when things will open up, I have a feeling कि this particular situation has created a shift in how people think, and so although I think people realize the premium of having a live performance. Mm-hmm. So जहाँ तक मेरा ख्याल है, I think there will be more live performances once everything is, once we have a vaccine, inshallah, and everything is clear, because I think this sort of situation makes people realize how much personal connections mean, social connections mean, right?
Yeah.
So I think if anything, it'll actually create more opportunities for personal engagement. But the fact that conversely, I think it could also happen that because people settle into this routine of being able to digest these sort of concerts and that from home, it might actually a lot of people are investing in this technology. Companies are investing in it. I think musicians are investing in it. I think it'll that aspect of it will also there's a possibility for that to materialize much more than it is now as well. Pervaiz, Aftab, I don't know if you feel differently.
No, I agree. I also think that virtual concerts में जितना exposure I think एक artist को मिलता है, that's pretty good as well, because in a concert where you all are in a specific area, or जब virtual events you have people from around the world. So that's a plus as well. But I think for live concerts that people are going to see, that's another aspect of it. So I think both the aspects are evened out. Let's see how it all turns around later.
Aftab bhai or Ayaz, anything?
आवाज कट रही है.
I agree with Faiz. Virtual concert के अंदर जब सब जो भी कर रहे हैं, इसके बाद लाइव परफॉर्मेंस के ऊपर ज्यादा लोग ध्यान देंगे और ज्यादा पॉपुलैरिटी बढ़ेगी लाइव कॉन्सर्ट्स.
That's right. I agree with you. Because human connection is very important, especially when this is music, like to see the audience in front of you, it's totally a different experience. Yeah.
Just like we perform, like जब ये हम लोग ने online perform किया, it's like the way I perform, the way I love to go in audience and talk to them, sing with them.
Yeah.
So that connection was missing for me.
Yeah.
That's and sure. Then when I go live, जब होता है तो वो मजा ही अलग होता है उसका कि आप you feel their emotions, how they're feeling, and how they're enjoying the song.
Yeah, that is a different feeling altogether. Yeah.
But फिर after sure. तो देखना पड़ेगा, right? That's another thing, right?
Yeah.
Live concert, we'll have to see him. So that might be something.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, soon.
So yeah, when you guys are coming to Calgary again, as you know, like everyone loves you in Calgary. So once we are open, inshallah, soon. So let's plan it like for Calgary again.
So I don't know, Americans को आना allowed है, कहीं जाना allowed भी है कि नहीं? कोई country accept करेगी Americans को?
इंशाल्लाह जरूर करेंगे.
I guess अगर किसी बात का डर है, सलमा जी and जलाल भाई, I think it's that कि will Americans be accepted? Because जो right now दुनिया में I think हमारा status है, it's not looking good.
फेस्ट तेरा तो पता नहीं, हमारा तो होगा शायद.
नहीं इंशाल्लाह सब अच्छा हो जाएगा. Down the road everything will be fine and we will see you inshallah in Calgary.
Inshallah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So जाते what's the last message from everyone, please?
I think we'll start. Pervaiz and Aftab, you guys go. Take yours.
Aftab, sure.
Huh?
I'll go next.
वो एक वो था अपना सॉन्ग फैज ने लिखा था, वो दिन हमको याद है. उसकी एक फीलिंग थी मेरी कि जब वो मौला जब चले जाते हैं तो हम सबकी फीलिंग क्या थी, वो मैं एक पेश करता हूँ. कुछ फीकी अब है दुनिया, कुछ कम है अब जो आए, तेरे साथ जो वक्त गुजारा हमको बहुत याद आए, हमको बहुत याद आए. कितनी थी शाद घड़ी हो, क्या पल क्या लम्हे बिताए, कैसा था मुबारक अरसा, सोचूं तो दिल भर आए. वो दिन हमको याद है, वो शाम हमको याद है, वो हफ्ता और महीना भी, वो साल हमको याद है.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was great.
जी परवेज भाई क्या बोलोगे आप लोग को इतना तंग करते हैं आप सबको, मैं आपके साथ हूँ, आप फिक्र नहीं करो, कुछ भी बोलो आज.
So actually हर occasions पे आदमी अलग-अलग चीजों को thanks बोलता है और आगे बढ़ता है. But I think this is one of the times जिसमें ऊपर वाले को thanks है, Sufistics को thanks है. But I would especially want to thank my father. मेरे father का नाम है Mirza and he's been a music director, composer and arranger. और over the years मैं उनको देखता हूँ कि भाई he has traveled all around the world. Music जमाती काम क्या है, professionally काम क्या है. And I always had that दुआ जिसको आप बोल सकते हैं कि काश मैं कुछ ऐसा कर सकूं, मैं ट्रैवल कर सकूं, मैं कहीं जा सकूं. So शुक्र अल्लाह, I think because of my dad, because of the Almighty, शुक्र, I think वो चीजें मिल रही हैं म्यूजिक के थ्रू, ट्रैवल कर पा रहा हूँ. इस टाइम पे भी इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिल रही है, खिदमत मिल रही है. So I think this journey has been excellent. But at the same time, would also, हम लोग ताजिकिस्तान जब गए थे, we saw a lot of people there जिनके पास opportunities नहीं है out there to be able to do जो हम लोग यहाँ कर पाते हैं. But first correct me if I'm wrong, we saw a lot of good talents there. तो बहुत खुशी वो भी देख के, and of course the music we were able to go there कि वहाँ भाई बहनों को देखा कि musically कितनी निकलनी है और क्या क्या चीजें कर रहे थे. But I think we are very blessed. I'm very blessed, शुक्र कि इतनी opportunity है सेवा के लिए, travel के लिए, music के लिए.
Good.
Very well said.
Very well. Yeah.
शुक्र.
जी फैज में आप कुछ बोलोगे जाते जाते?
जी, so for me, I think I'll say two things, right? जो बाहर दिखता है in terms of जो basically जिसे हम आप celebrity कह लें या glamour कह लें, जो भी कह लें, right? That cosmetic उसके पीछे जो है the amount हम कहते हैं, right, कि there is iceberg, जो iceberg होता है, you're seeing just that the beauty of that iceberg, but उसके नीचे जो foundation होता है वो it's massive, right? The amount of hard work and tears and sacrifices that each of our families make in order for us to be able to accomplish what we've been accomplishing. जो हमारे parents and हमारी families ने time बिताया हमारे साथ and हमें सिखाया, आगे बढ़ने की हिम्मत दी, all of that, और जो अभी हमारी जो families हैं, हमारे spouses and हमारे बच्चे, all of them are sacrificing their time away in order for us to be able to do this. That is much more than what we are actually able to, anybody is able to see up front. So I will say it's very hard work on behalf of your families who sacrifice a lot for years, not days, not weeks, not months, but years, right? So that's one thought that I have, and I'm grateful for all of that. We are all grateful for all of that. And the second thing that I would like to leave everybody with, and I usually don't, I usually keep this in my circle, with Aftab and Pervaiz and Ayaz and, folks that are close to me. But since we have an opportunity like that, I will highly recommend, folks who are in our community who are musicians, whether aspiring or currently, professional, hobby, whatever it is that you're doing, I would highly encourage and recommend everyone to respect music in a way, because this is a gift that we have been bestowed with, and we want to make sure that we use it for the right purpose, right? And unfortunately, I feel sometimes, because of the proliferation of content, especially from Bollywood or Western commercial Western influences, that हमारा कुछ content that our musicians sometimes unconsciously do this is content that's not very suitable for families, for children, and they do not jive with the ethics of our faith and humanity. Content that objectifies women and glorifies alcohol, and things of that nature that do not go along with the values that we have. So I would encourage, it's okay if you're not going to do devotional music. It's perfectly all right. But music that's positive, that's used, I think if art does not have a purpose, to me as an individual, art without purpose is meaningless, right? You have to have a purpose, a positive purpose, even though the showcasing of that art might be negative, but it has to provide a positive purpose, right? It has to elicit a positive response, even though that piece of art might be negative, and that's all right, but it has to elicit a positive response. And so I would highly, this is my opinion, I'm no authority on this, and Pervaiz and Aftab and Ayaz hear this lecture from me all the time. But this is the lecture. I don't want them to be the only ones to suffer. So here it is for everybody else.
We could not do that right now. So
Ayaz bhai, आप इतना जल्दी क्यों खाते हो भाई?
Sir, I have to make sure that once I'm done with the food, so they are back to the sound and make sure everything is ready for them.
There you go.
Say that. There you go.
Yeah.
Let me try the video again if it works. Okay, hold on, guys. 1 second. I think, it is working. Hold on.
No.
Oh my
That's
God.
Calgary.
Yeah.
That's from 2018.
Wow, good memories.
Okay, ये कहाँ का picture?
ये ह्यूस्टन का पिक्चर है जब मैं आफ्ताब को परवेज के बारे में कुछ बता रहा था.
तो यस के बारे में बात कर रहा था.
अच्छा, ये कब का picture है?
This is our last day. I remember this. This is our last day in the studio for when we finished our Diamond Jubilee album.
Which one?
This is Minnesota? No, South Dakota, right?
South Dakota, exactly.
That's the recording of Ara hai.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
ये कहाँ का?
Yeah, I think
Canada. Right? This is Canada, right?
Yeah, this is look like Canada. Yeah.
I don't remember this picture.
Same. Canada.
Calgary.
Calgary. Yeah.
Yes.
Dubai.
Ah, this is Dubai.
Right.
फैज जवान लग रहा है फैज.
नहीं, इसमें भी मैसेज था कि अगर cheers करो तो चाय से ही करो.
ये कौन है? पाकिस्तान?
University.
Yeah, this is the University of Central Asia. That's right. This is
Portugal.
Portugal. That's right. Lisbon.
Yeah, Lisbon, Portugal. Yeah.
Oh well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Thank you for having
Nice
us.
to talk to you all, and keep on doing the good work what you are doing, and hopefully we'll see you in Calgary soon. Enjoy the rest of your whatever you are doing. Keep on doing, and all the best. And
Thank you,
keep
Salma.
safe
Thank you,
and
Jalal.
healthy.
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you.
चलो अभी तो message आया था, say hi and yeah, Ali to all of you. And she said it's been a really good interview. She enjoyed it. It's all paid off now. Okay, thank you, Pervaiz. Thank you, Aftab.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay.
Love you all.
Yeah, तो guys, ये था हमारे Sufistics from Dallas और अभी